Tell me the story. Jesus is old, and the word as that we preach, something brand new. They said we just keep on telling the same story through and through, but I'll tell it just as though it was brand new. The story of Jesus grows sweeter every day, and when I hold on to the story, it helps me through this pilgrim way. The more you tell the story, the deeper it gets down in your soul and brightens your day. So I'll tell it just as though it was brand new. Tell it in the morning, I'll tell it in the noonday, I'll tell it when they want to hear it, and even when they turn away. It's a story that will never grow, and I got to tell it until I reach some dying soul. So I'll tell it just as though it was brand new. Oh, the story of Jesus grows sweeter every day. It gets down in your soul, and it washes your trouble that don't believe like you believe, will you tell it? Will you go across the street to your neighbor, that one that has parties all night long? Will you go and tell the story? Your co-worker that's struggling in his home, don't have no home. Will you go and tell him the story of Jesus? I wonder, will you tell it? Will you tell it? Will you tell the story of Jesus? Sinners, would you just say it one more time? I got to tell it. One more time. Come on, clap your hands. Oh, glory. Jeremiah said it's just like fire shut up in my bones. I said I wasn't gonna tell nobody, but something began to stir up on the inside. I heard Brother Roy say, every time I think about the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, I got to tell somebody about the story of Jesus. It's because he lives I can face my tomorrow. It's because he lives I can pass every high mountain. It's because he lives I can walk through the valley. Oh yes, I've got to tell the story. Woo, glory. Let me let you in on a little secret. The world is looking for somebody to tell them the story of Jesus. We keep on